KARN News Time is 6:44. Bob Steele with you on First News. And on the live line joining us now, Representative Tim Griffin. Mr. Griffin is working on legislation to end abuse of free government cell phones. And by way of background, he has set up a website for you to check out, griffin.house.gov/lifeline. Also, you can go to his Facebook page and put in Representative Tim Griffin and learn more about his fight to get rid of these free cell phones the government is giving out. It's a program, Congressman, that's existed for a long time. Why is it troubling you?
Well, the program, the Lifeline program, has been around for decades, but the intent was originally to allow low-income folks, needy folks, to have landlines in their homes, which is reasonable. But what has happened in the last few years, about the last 3, maybe 4 years, is just an explosion in this new part of the program. And that is where someone in the federal government had the bright idea to start giving away free cell phones to convert the program or to expand the program from just landlines to cell phones. When the cell phone component came into play, this program just exploded out of control with waste, fraud, and abuse. And now you and I, taxpayers, are spending around $1 billion with a B, $1 billion a year to give away free cell phones. And I don't mean cell phones like my mother has that basically dials folks and that's it. I'm talking about smartphones. I'm talking about the expensive phones a lot of us pay a lot to have with texting and all these capabilities. Folks are getting these all over the country, in not just 2 or 3 or 4. Some folks are getting 10, 20, 30, 40, one person. And they are either using them themselves or they are selling them. It's become just ridiculous. And when the other day, my 4-year-old came home from school with a flyer in her backpack advertising free cell phones. This is out of control. You can go in convenience stores and there'll be a kiosk that says, "Hey, want free wireless? U.S. government will pay for it. Just come over here and sign up." So there's very little check on who's doing it. The duplication is out of control. And I'll just tell you, I have a fundamental problem with the idea that the federal government needs to give everybody free cell phones.
Let me interrupt here for just a moment, if I could. Taxpayers do pay for the coverage, but let's be clear, it's not via federal income taxes.
That's right.
It is via the USF fund, the Universal Service Fund. When you see that correct. USF on your phone bill, that is what is paying for it. So, in essence, taxpayers are paying for it, but not through any kind of tax program from the government where it's your income tax, right?
No, it's not income tax. It's if you always wondered, like I did, why your Comcast bill or your cell phone bill or some of these other utility bills have pages and pages of taxes and fees and all. You're like, good grief, why does it take 30 pages of fees? Well, one of those fees is Universal Service Fund or Universal Service Fee. Some will say Universal Service Charge. That's nothing but a tax, and that's your tax money paying for this. And it's an outrage. I think it ought to be stopped. I introduced a bill to kill this program, and some people say, well, what about this person who gets stopped on the side of the road? And I'd say a couple things. First of all, these are not phones that dial 911 only. Okay, that's not what this is about. Number one. Number two, my mother gets a very bare bones phone. I mean, I look at the thing and I think, I can't even believe this thing dials people. And she pays a minimal amount, maybe $20 a month for one of these little Cricket or whatever phones. I mean, there are solutions for people who want cheap cell phones.
Right. We're running out of time here. The Stop Taxpayer Funded Cell Phones Act that you are sponsoring, where is it right now?
Well, we are still getting co-sponsors. I would say to people, call your congressman and tell them to sign on. But most of the people listening, I am your congressman. So in any event, go to our Facebook page. We've got a video on there that will blow your mind. Investigation that was done in Baltimore and Atlanta on what's going on with this. Facebook.com/rep Tim Griffin, R-E-P Tim Griffin.
All right. Thank you very much for your time this morning, and there's no question that there is big abuse in this program. Thank you,
yes,
sir, for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you all.
Representative Tim Griffin with his legislation to end abuse of the free government cell phone program.